Hello, I think I should be audible now. Just let me know in the comment section, Kushagra, if my voice is clear. Okay, I think I should be audible now to you. Okay, just let me know in the comment section, guys, if the voice is clear now. There was some problem with the settings. I have corrected them, and let me know, Kushagra, if the voice is clear now. I hope so. The voice is working now. Just waiting for a response from you guys so that I can start. Hello. Yeah, I think your mic should be working fine. Okay, guys, let me just check. Yeah, probably now. Let's check quickly. Sorry, guys, I am keeping you waiting. I know you are frustrated because of this wait, but just give me a few minutes. I am just trying to get this voice problem solved. So, guys, just let me know if the voice is audible. Meanwhile, I'll just try to find out the first requester, that is anonymous. Okay, still, I think. Okay, let me just check. Yeah, I'm audible now, I think. Yes. So let's start, guys. I'm ready now, and I just want to make sure that the voice was clear to you, and I think it is clear. So let's start now. So Anonymous is the first player who has requested the game, and let's check his game against. He's playing right now with 1611 rated player. So just check. Let's see what's happening in this game. So this is the position, and let's see what happens. So Anonymous is playing from Khelo India team. His rating is 1419. Anonymous, I think. Anonymous, if you are comfortable, just let me know. I can tell your name to everyone. Ath2010 is playing from Team Future 1611. And e4 e5 was played. E4 e5, knight f3, knight c6, and bishop b5. The Raw Lopez variation of the bishop Raw Lopez opening. The bishop b5 is called as pawn a6, bishop to a4, pawn b5, bishop b3. So here, instead of bishop pawn to b5, you also have options of knight f6 and bishop c5, which you can opt. And that, I think knight f6 is the most frequently played variation, and bishop c5 also most frequently played. So let's see what happened in the game, guys. b5, bishop b3, and knight f6. Castles was played now, and after castle, so many of players are wondering, what if I just capture this pawn? Okay, so some of the players might be wondering, what if I just capture the e4 pawn? It's for free. But you should generally avoid capturing this pawn, because after rook e1 or queen e2, this knight is under attack. So you might think that I will support my knight with a d5 pawn, but then d3 actually becomes a little bit of problematic. After d3, the knight can come back, and then knight captures the e5 pawn with the support of this queen or from the rook. So avoid capturing the e4 pawn as much as possible. Yep. So bishop c5 was played, rook e1, castles, and now pawn to c3. This is a general idea behind Royal Lopez. You have to play c3, d4, and try to attack. Create good center over here in from the white side. If you are playing Royal Lopez, this is a very nice idea. King h8. King h8 I have not seen frequently, and probably this idea might work because you might be planning for f5 in future, or in the near future, but I think that's not going to work. That is the plan which most of us, no, that's not recommended here. The plan which is recommended is knight a5, and c5 if possible. Bishop b6 and c5 you can play. Pawn d6, that's we can play. Or you probably, I think, there is one Marshall gambit which you can try. I don't exactly remember uh, the move order, but here I think instead of king h8, you can play d5 in that particular variation. Probably e takes d5, knight takes d5, knight takes e5, and I think bishop knight takes e5, bishop d6, or some kind of line is there. Knight pawn c6 is played to support the knight, and then bishop d6 is played. So that Marshall Gambit is a very, very aggressive, guys. You can Google out what is Marshall Gambit and how to play Marshall Gambit against the Royal Lopez. And let's see what happened. No, King h8 was played. After King h8, d4 was played. After d4, bishop b4. Sorry, bishop after d4, c takes d4. Bishop c takes d4 and bishop b4 was played. So knight c3 now and rook to e8, attacking this e4 pawn. Bishop c2 supporting the e4 pawn, and then pawn to d6 and pawn h3. Pawn h3 generally it's a prophylactic move. It's stopping the bishop g4 and it's stopping the pin. So h3 is not a bad move in this position. Then we have bishop b7, pawn a3, bishop takes c3, b takes c3, and pawn to a5. Bishop to g5, and now pawn to h6, bishop h4, rook e6. So this is actually a problem because I think here what if d5 is played now? Pawn d5 in the game, actually in the game white played e5. That's also fine because this knight is pinned, but of course g5 is an option there which black might play, but of course the castle is getting exposed. But instead of e5, actually we can play pawn to d5, probably just forking this both the pieces at the same time, and either rook or the knight is there for you to grab, guys. So it's just you have to grab it and you can be peaceful. Okay, so e5 was played here, so d takes e5. Okay, black resigned, so hence I think black strategy was not correct. King h8 is something where it went wrong actually. So let's see what happened in the game. So rook e6 was played here, pawn e5, d takes e5, d takes e5, and now uh, the problem here was that bishop has pinned the knight and pawn is attacking the knight. So to solve the problem, actually you could have captured the queen first. Queen takes queen, rook takes queen, and then probably knight can move to h7 or at least e8 somewhere, and the knight could have been saved actually. So anonymous Atharva, if you're listening to this commentary, just make sure that you could have saved the piece by capturing the queen. Queen takes queen, rook takes queen, and then you can move the knight back to e8, and you're absolutely safe, nothing to worry about, right? Uh, yeah, after knight e8, bishop b3 is something that might worry you because that rook is under attack and rook has no square to go. But that's okay. Playing exchange down is not good as compared to playing a piece down. Here you're straight away a piece down because after knight takes e5, you have lost a piece here. Queen d1, rook d1, and rook e8. Okay, after rook e8, we have knight f7, and I think this is the end of the game because there is a huge attack on black, and yes, it's completely destroyed black's king side as well as black is piece down. So this is the losing position for black. Okay, Atharva, so a lot of things for you to learn. First is you have to correct your opening. You went wrong in the opening at one of the places which was king h8. This is all fine. Here even you can go for the bishop e7 line. That is also a nice line. Or you can also learn the Marshall Gambit as I said before. So spend some time here at this position. Try to find the right combination which will suit you. Bishop e7 is what I'm suggesting to you. You can try to play bishop e7 here and try to learn this opening, which is a stable opening wherein d6 is played, knight a5 and c5 is the main line which you can try. This is the first recommendation to you, and then probably even if you try to play bishop c5, that's fine, but king h8 is something that I'm not sure. King h8 is not the correct move over here. Instead of king h8, you should have planned something different. Probably again go for d6 and knight a5, or knight a5 knight c4, kind of a combination over here. So yeah, these are the two places that you need to correct. Rest game, it was all about your middle game which you messed up somewhere. But king h8 and bishop e7 line, that is the two lines that you should uh, analyze. Okay, so next request is from Sumitra Sinha. Okay, your ID is Sauhardya. Sorry for pronouncing it wrong, but I'm just writing it down for you. Okay, I'll check your game, Sumitra Sinha. So nothing to worry about. Let's go back to the tournament, guys, and try to find out the next game. The next request was from Aryan. Let's check Aryan's game if he's playing right now. So we have, yeah. So Soumitra Sinha, your Saudharyop. Okay, so Samita Sinha, your ID is sixth in the list. So we are on the second game now, but I'll reach to you very soon. Okay, so you have to wait because there are other people who have requested first. I have to take their game first. Okay, so let's check Aryan's game now. Aryan is playing against. Aryan just played one game against Thiago 2020, and let's check what happened in this game. Okay, so Aryan was white in this case, and Thiago was black. So Aryan, let's see what happened in the game. Are you played e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, d6. This is a Philodor defense if you guys are not aware. Castles here and then bishop e7, pawn c3, knight f6, pawn d4, and pawn d4. I need to check if that's the right move. I would have suggested pawn d3 here. Pawn d3 is also stable and safe, and something that you can play positionally in this opening. D4 is not bad. Okay, you can go for that, but it gives a lot of tactical chances for black. So pawn d4, castles. We have rook e1, pawn a6, pawn h3, pawn b5, bishop d3, and pawn takes, and bishop b7, bishop e3. mm, okay, let's see, bishop e3, I'm still not sure. I think knight c3 should have been played here, because in case of knight b4 trying to attack the bishop, this bishop can be brought back to b1 to save it. That's important to save this bishop. But if after bishop e3, if knight b4 is played, yeah, I think that's what happened in the game. Knight b4 was played actually. Knight b4 and this bishop is now gone. So this is not right. I think this is where Aryan started going wrong. You should not have given away your light squared bishop. Light squared bishop in this games is very important in this kind of setup, because whenever you get e5 move in the game, this bishop becomes very strong, and there are a lot of threats that you can exploit on the h7 square. Okay, so knight b4, don't allow this moves to capture your bishop. This is the improvement for you, Aryan. In the next game, you can use this improvement and try to play knight c3 first, so that, oh, sorry, I messed up. Okay, let me quickly come to that position. Yep. So bishop e3. Bishop e3 is not the best move. Knight c3, I think something that you can play. Naveen says, sir, background game, backsword. Okay. Backsword, okay, Naveen, I will write down the ID, backsword. I will take it after Saudaria, OP, Backsword. Okay, Backsword by Naveen. Okay, Naveen, I have written down your ID. So bishop b4, yeah, nb4 should not be allowed here. Okay, guys. Okay, let's see what happened in the game. d5 was played. Knight takes g3, and black is really happy here because he has got rid of your light squared bishop. Pawn c5, knight. Okay, you are not capturing the dc6 here. Uh, dc6, 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 bishop c6 is kind of forced. And then probably we can play knight c3 here, supporting the e4 pawn. Also, we can try to jump onto the d5 square. Rook can hop onto the c1 square, and you can get this d6 as a backward pawn. Gaurav Gaming says, hello, sir. Hello, Gaurav. How are you? Hope you're doing fine. And Naveen, yes, Naveen, please wait. I'm going to take your game. There are a lot of people who have requested today. I'm online after a lot of days. So almost 6 to 7 games that we have analyzed today. And then we are getting a hi from Chandrakant Bhagat. Hi, Chandrakant. How are you? Hope you are doing well, safe and sound at your home. And take care in this difficult situation, guys. Enjoy chess, keep playing chess. This is a beautiful opportunity to improve your chess. So work upon your skills, learn openings, learn middle game, learn endings, and improve every day with your chess. Okay, so c5 was played here. So dc6, I might have preferred playing dc6 here. It might not be the best move here. The reason, let me state the reason why I would have preferred. First of all, the d file is open after that, and d6 pawn is going to be the backward pawn. Backward pawn are the weaknesses in your camps. Okay, so after dc6, of course, after dc6, bishop c6, knight e2 can be played to support the e4 pawn, as knight and bishop from c6 will be attacking the e4 pawn. So knight d2 can be played. At the same time, you can plan to play this knight d4, knight f5 as well. f5 is kind of a hole, so this knight will go from d4 to f5, and it will try to attack the d6 square. You can plant another rook on this d1 square, which will help you to attack this d6 square as much as possible. Hence, this is the reason why I was suggesting you to capture this dc6 pawn over here. This is the suggestion for you, Aryan. Next time you can just try capturing the pawn and try a different thing, guys. Every game you have to try something new. Whenever you try something new, you get a good or a bad experience, and that experience teaches you a lot. Okay, here you could have captured the c6 pawn, and then probably you could have tried attacking in the open d file as much as possible on this d6 pawn. Okay, so meanwhile, Vinod Patel, hello Vinod, hope you are doing well, safe and sound at your home. Take care, guys. Take a lot of care and play a lot of chess. So knight c3 was played here. Knight c3, pawn to c4, queen to e2, and now this actually pawn c4 slightly gives black a slight advantage on the queen side because of this space. And there is also b4 move which is possible in the future, which will allow black to capture the e4 pawn. So you have to be very careful from white side, and that is what probably has happened here. And knight d7 is also played. Knight d7, knight c5, rook c8. It's supposed knight on c5. So overall, black is better in this position, guys. So I think Aryan dc6 was the move which you missed. You can analyze that and you can find out if dc6 was the best move there. So you probably missed that opportunity. Always look for this backward pawns. Backward pawns are the weaknesses in your opponents and your camp as well. So if you're able to get this backward pawn, that becomes a target. So your plan becomes easy. You just have to attack this pawn as much as possible once you get that backward pawn. So knight d7 was played here, bishop d4, and now bishop f6, rook d1, bishop takes d4, and even here I would have preferred knight to d4 because of two basic reasons. This knight has a beautiful opportunity to hop onto this f5 square. That is the first thing, and the next thing is that you also get the chance to play pawn to f4. If you want to attack with the pawns, if you want to push the pawns, create some kind of play on the center, you can play f4 or you can play knight f5 followed by queen g4, try to attack the king side as much as possible. So that would have been a better option capturing with the knight. Now just imagine capturing with the rook. Okay, rook is not having an open file. The only thing that rook can contribute now, if you play e5 and get this rook to the h4 square, try to attack the h7 square, that is the only reason that this rook can come to d4. But I still feel that knight makes a better impression on d4 rather than rook. So knight d4 and knight f5 was a better option here, trying to attack the d6 pawn as well as the g6 pawn. Also, sometimes you can go to h6, create some kind of tactics. And also you can follow it up with this rook e3 and rook g3. That is called as rook lift. Okay, whenever you try to put your rook on the third rank, get it to the other file and try to attack your opponent's king, that is called as the rook lift, guys. Okay, so learn rook lift, learn how to attack. So again, a new Aryan new improvement for you. This knight minor piece movements have to be better over here. Okay, rook e4 was played, rook to e8, knight h2, queen b6, and now rook is hanging. Okay, rook c8, pawn f4, knight c5, some pressure over here, and now b4 is due. Then this e4 can be attacked more. uh, okay, rook e7. I think there was one move here which could have been b4. No, I think that's fine. B4 is still not working. Okay, let's see what happened. Rook e7, queen g3, and king to h8. Now you have to be very careful, guys. This rook is hanging, and knight b3 was winning here actually. I think knight b3, because if king h8, we just keep king h8 back. Okay, for a moment. If we play knight b3, this knight is attacking the rook is pinned, and rook is hanging. So black could have won easily this game. Black has missed this opportunity. Even knight e4 I think would have been a nice move over here. Knight e4, rook e4. Oh, sorry, knight e4 is not working right now because of could have worked, because even if knight e4, you can capture the rook on d4 with the queen, and if rook e4, you can capture with the rook. But then there is a move that knight f6 and knight takes rook is available. Okay, so anyways, knight b3 could have been played here. King h8 was played, e5 and rook e8, king h7, and knight to d3, rook to d4, rook to e4, pawn takes, and now bishop to c8, knight f6. Knight f6 I think is bit of not the best move, because the f6 pawn is itself hanging actually. Knight f6 should have been kept back actually. Knight f6 was premature. It's definitely premature move. No need to play knight e4 and take any risk right now. Probably you could have played pawn to no, pawn to e5 is also not playable. This knight is not in the best position. So you could have pushed the pawn to d6 probably. D6 rook has to move. Rook probably can come to the e6 square, and then knight d5 could have been a better option, because then this knight which is not helping you in the game, it could have contributed, and it could have attacked on f6 as well, supporting this knight and creating some kind of tactics here on h7 square with queen h4 like move. So probably d6 and knight d5 was a better option here. Okay, let's move on. Knight f6 was played, ef6, ef6, queen f6, and pawn d6, and I think this is losing for white now because he's piece down. Okay, there was an option, okay, but queen f5. So knight f6 was one of the options, but queen f5 just defends this pawn. And so knight f6, guys, queen to f5, and queen h6. Idea is queen f8, check and mate. So it could have been. Is it unavoidable? That's the question, guys. I think it's unavoidable, probably. Knight f6 now. Threat is to capture the h7 pawn. To support the h7 pawn, probably uh, white black can play queen f5 or even queen e5. Check is available right now. Queen e5 and then queen f5. Either ways, I think queen e5 would have been played check, and then king moves, and then queen e1 check for the exchange is available. Yeah, so black can defend that. Nothing to worry about. It's pretty easy for black to defend it. So let's move on. Queen d8 check, king moves, queen e7, and queen takes, pawn takes, and this is losing, guys. This is absolutely losing because okay, strange. Just a minute. Knight d6 was a nice move here. Just making sure that this pawn, but yeah, but this b2 is going to fall. So this c pawn is going to be an immediate winner for black. So nothing to worry about there. Yep. I'm just fast forwarding because it's the end game now, and we are almost sure that black should win this one. Of course, black has put a lot of efforts here. Yep, and I think, yeah, that should be the winning move. Yep, check and mate. So a lot of things for Aryan for you to improve. Just go to the recording this in this video and try to improve next time, guys. Okay. So next is Mercy Soul. That is probably Darsh Shah from Gujarat. Mercy Soul. Yeah, he's online. Let's see, does your game you have played against around 7 players? That's a nice count there. Let's see who you lost against. Vivid Ghost. Let's see your game against Vivid Ghost, who is around 2100 rated player. So let's see what happened there. Okay, so we have c4 as the first move. You are playing from black. C4, c5, that's fine. Knight c3, pawn b6, knight f3. So it's kind of an unorthodox opening. It's not a standard opening. G3, knight c6, bishop g2, knight d4, castles, knight f3, ef3, and pawn d6, pawn d4. Okay, so I would just like to highlight here, guys. Look at this knight. So this what black has achieved so far. Black has played knight to c6, one move invested in knight. Second is your knight to d4, and third is your knight to f3. So three moves invested in knight, and knight is out of the board. So you're not achieved anything as such, right? So don't play in this way, guys. You should have gone for knight f6, pawn e6, bishop e7, and castles. Okay, these at least two of these moves could have been used here for your development, guys. You should not just invest one single lot of moves in one single piece. Okay, guys. So knight d4, knight f3, it's kind of waste of moves. Don't play in that way. Okay, so look at this position. Black is castled. White is castled. White has got an open file. His knight is developed. His bishop will develop soon. And what has black achieved? Black has not achieved king safety. Black has not achieved any development. So you have lost the three moves that you have invested, guys. Don't play in this way, guys. Okay, so let me quickly check. Let's guys just give me a thumbs up if the voice and video both are clear right now. Okay, just let me know. And all those new viewers, please subscribe to the channel, guys. There are not subscribers have decreased, so please, guys, subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed yet. Okay, let's see what happened. So pawn d4 was played here. Pawn e6, pawn d5, pawn takes e5, rook e1 check. So this is the mistake, Darsh. You should not capture this pawn. You can see that you have not yet taken the safety measures for your king. Your king is not yet castled. You need more time. And if you want to if you need more time, don't open your files. If you open your files, this rook is going to create a lot of problems for you. So don't open your files whenever your king is not safe yet. You should have played pawn to e5 here. Just try to block it. Keep a block center so that you get some time. For example, pawn e5, rook e1, knight f6, pawn f4, probably bishop e7, f takes, and then d takes, and rook takes probably. That is a possibility, but yes, you should have played e5 here. Yep. And let's see what happened now. E takes d5, rook e1 check, bishop e7, knight takes d5, and now look at the pressure on this bishop, the poor bishop who he has just come out of his home, and as soon as he came out, he's facing a lot of bullets on the chessboard. So bishop takes d5, queen takes d5, and now knight to f6. Queen c6 check, knight d7, and bishop to h3. So a lot of pins. This knight has been pinned from here and attack from here. So this knight is again the second poor piece in the game. And remember, guys, these are the same two pieces which were sitting idle, and there should not invested any time in developing these pieces. You have just moved the knight from here to here, so don't do that. You could have invested in these two pieces development, and you could have definitely got a better position if you would have moved these two pieces instead of moving this knight twice on d4 and f3. Okay, and I think this there is going to be a huge price now, which okay, so black has resigned here. So a lot of things for you to develop, improve for you, Darsh. That is Mercy Soul. The next game, that is Aniket has requested. Let's check Aniket's game. Let me have a sip of water, guys. Okay, Aniket has played 4 games and he has lost all of them. Okay, let's see his game, which is going on right now, which is a live game. Uh, Sumitra Sinha says, "Hello, Chess India, second position." Yes, Sumitra. Let's see. Let's see after some time. I'm going to check the positions after some time. Pawn e5. Okay, let's see what check what happened in the opening. So e4, c5, pawn c3. So this is called as the Alapin opening, Sicilian Alapin, for which you can reply with pawn to d6 here. You can go pawn to g6, and there is d5 option. There are a lot of options. You can play knight f6. All of these lines are good. I think one of the games, Carlson played knight f6 probably in one of the games, and e5, knight d5 is played, and then d4, c takes d4, c takes d4, and you can probably play pawn e6 and pawn d6. So that's what Carlson has played in couple of his games actually. So he likes playing this knight f6 against the Alapin. You can check Carlson's games, and if you don't know how to use a database, you can always check my video. I have given a free video on how to use a free database software. You can go to my channel. You can check for the skilled software video, how to use a skilled software video. It's absolutely free. You can find all the games in database, and you can find this Carlson's game also. So try using that software, guys. It's absolutely free, and don't use any pirated softwares. Please don't use any pirated softwares, guys. Knight c6, we have pawn knight to f3, pawn to e5. So this is probably not the best move, Aniket. If you are listening to me, e5 is not the right move. So you have to prepare on this opening. You have to use your books. You have to use your online resources, leeches resources, and you have to find how to continue from here. Okay, so e5 is not the best move. Bishop e2, pawn d6, pawn d4, c takes d4, c takes d4, and e takes d4, knight takes d4. Knight takes d4 should not be played here. Probably you can go for queen b6 like move, attack this knight twice. So if he captures, you can get your b pawn here on the c6, and then you will have this c6 d6 kind of pawns. Later in the game, you can try to play d5 break as well. Okay, so queen takes d4 and then knight f6, queen d1, bishop e7, castles, bishop e6, h3, castles, and knight to c3, queen d7, and we have bishop e3 now. So that's a sham sacrifice. Bishop takes h3. It is completely unexpected. And I don't feel that is going to work. It is not going to work at all because of two main reasons. This g5 square is well defended by bishop and queen, so this knight can never step on g5. Second, if by any chance there is a mate on h2, bishop can just swing to f4 and come to g3 and keep everything safe and sound for white. Okay, so oh, white resigned. Let's check what happened, guys. So bishop h3 was played here, gh3, queen h3, and bishop to f3 was played. Rook d8, and then the bishop g7, bishop g2, sorry, queen d7, queen c2, rook c8, and rook d8, b5, e5, and knight to e8, knight e takes d6, knight takes d6, and pawn to b4. So this is kind of a wild position, very wild position, guys. Naveen, yes, you are in the list. Still 2 more games to go. I'm going to pick up your game. So just give me some time. Queen g4 was played here and queen to b1. So rook takes c3. That is probably the first blunder that white has done in the game. Rook takes c3, a free piece given away. Bishop b4 there and knight to f5. Bishop e7. Uh, I'm just wondering, guys, that okay, okay. I was wondering what. Okay, so yeah, knight takes e7 is forced. I was just thinking of something else. Rook to c4. Rook to c4. I think instead of rook to c4, probably that's fine. You can just target this pawn on b4 right now. Yep, that's fine. So queen e5, knight g6, queen to d6, and we have knight to f4. And now this bishop is under tremendous attack with the queen and with the knight and everything. And this queen can just not support this bishop. There is no piece actually who can support the bishop. So a very painful end for white over here, and which white might not have been expecting as he was piece up in the game, guys. So white was piece up, but a nice finish to the game. Really a nice touch. Queen c6 is not possible, queen d5 is not possible. He cannot support the bishop, and hence on next move, black can just capture the bishop and deliver a check and mate. Okay, let's check the next game, guys. Let's go to the tournament and check the next game. So next game was from Sohardya OP. Let's check your game. SOU. Yeah, Sohardya OP. I'm really sorry, guys. I'm sometimes very bad with the name pronunciation. So Sohar Sohardya OP. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Let's check with whom you have lost. You have lost with the highest rated player was 2028. So we are going to pick up your first game. We are going to check how you lost. Your rating is also a nice rating, 1903. E4 c5, and then we have knight f3, pawn d6, bishop to b5. This is probably called as a Rasolimo variation. So knight c6, bishop takes c6. If you don't like this double pawns, guys, you can always go for this knight d7 line, which is safe. Krishna Ceramics, Ronit, your game. Ronit, your ID. Ronit, please give your ID that you are using today. I'm not sure which ID you are using today. So Ronit, give your ID. I'll try to get your game also. Okay, so bishop b5 check, and knight d7 variation can be played here, guys. Knight d7, and then this bishop takes d7 can be played, but then your queen can hop onto d7, and then you can play a6 b5, bishop b7, pawn e6, knight f6, bishop e7, and castles. That could be a plan if that happens, guys. Knight c6, if you want to avoid, you can avoid the double pawns. It's up to you. So knight c6 was played here, bishop takes c6, b takes c6, and pawn to h3, knight f6, knight c3, pawn e6, castles, bishop e7, pawn d4, c takes d4, knight takes d4. That's absolutely fine. You're playing perfectly up to here, black. Uh, Pawn to f3 and pawn to c5. Probably pawn to c5, I don't think is the right move here. You should try to attack the e4 pawn as much as possible here. So castles should be the first move here, and after castles, you can play the pawn d5 move. Okay, I want to attack this e4 pawn as much as possible. So c5 was played here, knight e2, and castles, bishop f4, queen c7, and queen to d2. Now, I'm not sure how black is planning to continue here, because d5 was the only break that he could have used over here in the game. And you have pinned your d pawn actually. Queen b6 could have been a better option instead of queen c7, attacking this b2 pawn, and it's also creating this c4 check kind of tactic, which you might have used if possible, if you were able to trap any of the white's pieces. So let's see what happens. So queen d2, rook d1, rook d8, and rook d1, rook b8, pawn g4, queen b6, pawn b3, and now d5. Okay, even here actually rook b8, you are pinning your own d pawn. You have to go for the d5 break, guys. If e5 comes, your knight can just sit on this d7 square, and you'll be absolutely safe. You'll be having a very good center with this d5 and c5 pawns. So let's see, pawn c4 was played, check, and queen to c6, knight d4, and you are just helping your opponent's pieces to come up. Yep. Look at this, guys. This is the problem. This is the problem. So c4 first of all was not required. You are vacating the square for your for your opponent's knight, from where it can hop on, it can go to b5 and enjoy for the remaining part of his life. Of course, bishop is coming back to this e3 square, so this check is useless actually. You should still go for rook c8, and you should try to play pawn to d5. That is the best plan. That is what I feel. Okay, so let's see. c4 was played, bishop e3, and queen c6, and I think this is the turning point of the game where you have lost the grip from the position, and it is absolutely losing now. Yep, a lot of moves wasted here in saving your queen. So Ronit, yeah, Ronit 2010. Okay, I have noted your ID. Ronit, I am going to check your game. There is one game which is after this. After that, I'm going to check your game, Ronit. Okay, so 8x b3 was played pawn d5, and then rook to a1, pawn takes. You're given away. Okay, this. Okay, rook takes queen will be answered by rook takes queen, and then probably I'm just thinking of what white can play here. Bishop takes rook, and this knight is actually not pinned. Uh, Knight takes pawn takes e4, bishop takes b5, knight takes b5, knight takes e4. So e4 pawn will be lost if this rook takes queen. If white plays rook takes queen, black plays rook takes queen, and then actually if bishop takes queen, bishop takes rook, uh, white might play f takes e4. Then this bishop can capture the knight on b5. This knight has to capture the bishop back, and this knight can capture the e4 pawn back on the square. So, and I'm also attacking the bishop on the d2 square. So it might be in favor of black. So don't capture the queen. What happened here? Queen f2 was played. That's the right move. Queen c6 was played, and then pawn g5, knight to e8, and pawn takes e4, bishop a6, and queen takes f7. That's a miss from black, and king h8. What if queen f8 check? It's a simple check and mate, right, guys? Queen f8 check, bishop takes f8, and rook takes f8, check and mate. So probably that checkmate was missed by white. Anyways, let's see what happened then. So queen takes e7 was played, knight to d6, knight takes d6, bishop takes f1, knight f7 check, king g8, knight takes d8, and queen c8. Even here, actually, there was mate in two. So queen f7 check, king h8, and queen f8 check and mate. A lot of checkmates missed by white over here. So rook takes f1, and here black resigned. Anyways, so a lot of things for you. Sohar, they are OP for you to improve. I'm really sorry for the name. Let's check the next game. That is your backsword. Naveen, your game coming up. Backsword. Okay, let's check. Backsword is offline, but you have played a couple of games and you're lost with 1500 players. Let's check the game which you lost, okay, because that might help you in identifying what you should play in the next game so that you don't end up in a negative position or a minus position. Okay, so you're playing from a black side. NF3 was played, NF3 and C6. Okay, pawn G3. I'm just wondering, guys. Okay, so whenever you play knight C6, think twice. The reason is, of course, knight c6 after knight f3. The reason is that now black can convert this into a d4 opening. Okay, and if you have prepared something like queen's gambit declined or whichever opening wherein c5 is expected, it won't happen because you have played knight c6. Okay, so if you're playing Queen's Gambit Declined or Benoni or King's Indian or probably even Nimzo Indian in some case, so Knight C6 should be avoided. You can go for Knight F3. Knight F6 is a better option here. Okay, Knight F6. It keep your C5 option open. Don't just shut your F5 C5 option. Or else you can play NC6 if you are a Dutch player. If you like Dutch player, you can play this. Okay, and Abhishek is back. Hello, Abhishek. How are you? Sir, it's very fast. Abhishek, what is very fast? Can you just let me know what is very fast so we can try to adjust for you? So G3 was played here, then G6, B6, Bishop G2, Bishop to B7, pawn to D3, pawn to E6, knight to D2, Bishop to C5, and pawn to A3, knight F6, pawn to B4, bishop to e7, castles, and rook to e1, pawn to a6, pawn to e4, and pawn to d5. That's okay. But just imagine, guys, if you had the option of playing c5 in the game with knight on d7, this would have been a better position. That's what I feel, guys. Okay. So pawn to e5, knight to g4, and soon I think black is going to get cramped up because he's not able to play c5. Okay, guys. So probably let's see what happens in the game. D4, knight to h6, and this is a very bad position for the knight. Pawn c3, knight f5, bishop h3, bishop to g5, and we have knight to ef1, bishop takes c1, queen takes c1, knight to e7, knight to e3, knight takes e3, queen takes e3, and now rook to c8. So finally the rook is here, and You are planning to play c5. That's what I think now. So queen d 3. Even now, I think you should go for c5 move. This is very high time, guys. You have to go for some kind of break here. Okay, so knight g6 was played, and bishop to g2, pawn to c5. Perfect. Pawn to h5. Don't create weakness, any weakness here. Let this pawn come ahead. Your knight is safe on e7, nothing to worry about. Even if in g5 is played, you have the option of playing knight to f5. You have the option of playing g6. So there are a lot of moves you can take care of. So this is probably not required as of now. You can go for this exchanges on the queen side. Try to intrude your rook on somewhere on c3 or somewhere which where you can create some kind of play. Okay, so let's see what happened then. So pawn h5, knight g5, pawn c4. No, don't block the queen side. Queen side is something that you're playing on, Black Sword Naveen. If you're listening to me, queen side is something that you're playing on. You want the c file open here to attack. If you want to attack, you have to open up the c file, Naveen. You cannot just keep the pawns blocked. White will be very happy now. White just has to take care of this f4, f5 break. Okay, f4, f5 break, and you have nothing to play. You cannot attack anywhere right now. So don't close your files, guys. Don't close your files in this way. It's not the right way to play. You should have captured the pawn. Get the file open. Try to get some kind of attack here. Put the bishop on c6. Put the bishop on b5. Put the bishop on a4. Try to create some kind of attack here. Don't just sit. This is just a sitting duck. No, anyone can come and attack you right now. Look at this bishop. It's a dead piece. Okay, if this would have been exchange, you could have at least tried to get. Even you can try putting now, but there is no use because this c2 square won't be supported by the rook as the file is closed. So this is absolutely not the way you should play, Naveen. You should have opened up the file. That could have gotten you a better chance of winning. So let's see what happened now. So queen f3, and now white is very happy, guys. Why if I'm happy, if I'm white right now, I'm very happy. Look at this weakness. I told you before, don't create such weaknesses. This is going to be the weak pawn, which white will be very happy to capture. So just queen takes h5, queen h7, and you go home. Okay, that's the end of the game, guys. Yeah. So now don't play this pawn. Just capture the h5 pawn, and there is a mate on h7 square. Pawn b5, queen d7, pawn a4, knight e7. Why white is not capturing this pawn? Is there a problem? I am not able to find out. Anyways, okay, so queen d8. Yeah, now black finds out that this was hanging. He supports the pawn, and then bishop to h3, knight to f5, queen f3, rook c7, pawn g4. White is very happy to play in this king side now. Okay, so he's going for his break. Perfect. No problems with that break. Here, actually, knight takes h5 was possible. But queen h3 would have been losing then because this queen h7 is unstoppable. Sumit Barua says how to join the team tournament. So Sumit Barua, you can join our WhatsApp group. First of all, you can see there is a description box. In the description box, there is a link given for the tournament, and you can join my team, Sumit. You can join my team, that is Khelo Chess India. If you visit uh, the link for the tournament, you will find uh, my team Khelo Chess India. You can join the team. If you don't know how to join the team, check my videos. I have made a lot of videos on leeches. How you can join. You can create your own team as well, Sumit. You can create your own team. You can join any team. There is a video on my YouTube channel. Just check all the videos on my YouTube channel. You will definitely find that video how to join any team. Okay, so bishop takes g4 was played here, king g7, and then pawn h5, right? Rook to h6, rook h8, king g2, queen e7, just trying to attack this hanging piece. Queen f4 supported by the queen, and knight check now. Uh, King moves and knight check again. Bishop takes, pawn takes, and rook to h1. Rook takes h5, rook takes h5, g takes h5, and rook to h1, king g6. So finally, the king has to step in to arrange for his defense. That is, Sumit. Yes, you can join now. Even now, there's some time left for a tournament, around 12 minutes. So you can play a couple of games, Sumit. You can join right now. Yes. So king g6, and then knight to f3, rook to c8, knight h5, h4 check, king moves, and now queen takes f4. And I think this is the end of the game. Yep, this is almost the end of the game. Let's check here what was happening. So queen f3 was played, queen takes, knight e3, and Okay, so Aditya Gupta, I think Aditya, please help Sumit if he requires any help to join the team. Thanks, Aditya. Thanks for stepping in and helping our viewers to join the team events. Uh, so knight to e3 was played, and here, okay, timeout, and white was victorious. But Blackspot, you played very well. There was some problem. Just make sure that you don't close the files in this way. You open up the files and try to attack on your side. Queen side was your territory where you had to attack, and king side was where the black white was supposed to attack. Okay, now let's go to the next game. Ronit has asked us to check is the next game, so let's try to find Ronit's game. Ronit is where is Ronit? Okay, okay, Ronit. So you have lost against highest rated was Ganesh. Ganesh is our Chennai Chess Club captain, and he's also a very good player. He's organizing CCC team international team battle every Saturday, guys. So check his team's page, Chennai Chess Club, and if you wish, you can play from my team in this international event every Saturday. So just check his team's page. Chennai Chess Club is the team name. E4 E6 French defense was okay. Sorry, guys. So Ronit, you are white here, and black has played E6, D4, D5, and knight C3, d takes E4. So this is a French defense, first of all, and when you play d5 and you capture the pawn on e4, this is called as the Rubinstein variation of French defense. Most of the players like to play. Yes, Navin, so 3 plus 2 is less time, but you can join our WhatsApp group also. We are keeping 5 tournaments every day. Every day at 7 p.m., we have 15 plus 3 tournament that you all can play, guys. And that is really nice to learn and analyze your games. 15 plus 3, that is the time format, every day 7 p.m. Okay, so WhatsApp group you can check. I think last in the last video, last live video, I've given the WhatsApp group link. Okay, so now d takes e4. So Sumit, you have to join the team first. Only after you join the team first, you can play the games. So this is called as a Rubinstein variation, guys, and this is very easy to prepare whenever you are playing against knight c3 or knight d2, because in both the cases you can select the same option, that is Rubinstein variation, and your time is saved. Okay. So Sumit, you can visit my Khelo Chess India. Just search the team section here. So if you go to community, just right click on the teams, open a new tab, and here you can just search for the team name. Okay, you can search all teams, click on all teams, and here you can search Khelo Chess India. And once you search, you will get this option, Khelo Chess India. Click on this, and you will get an option to join. That's how you can join. Okay, I think that should help you, Sumit. Okay, so knight c3 was played here, knight d takes e4, knight takes e4, knight d7, knight f3, knight f6, and bishop d3. So here there is another line wherein you can play knight to g3, which will save the exchanges and it will keep this knight on f6. So what happens if you play bishop d3? Over here, black gets a chance to capture this knight. You have to capture back with the bishop, and the second knight comes on f6, attacking your bishop. You have to bring your bishop back to d3. So you're losing around 1, 2, and back 3. So 3 moves you have to invest here. If you play knight g3, you don't have to invest 3 moves. It's just one move, and second move your bishop will be on d3. At the same time, this knight will not be in active position. He will not be on f6. He will have to support this c5 square later on in the game. Okay, and yep. So bishop d3, knight bishop e7, and pawn to h3, castles, bishop e3, knight takes e4, bishop takes e4, and pawn f5. This is what happens. What happens, guys? This bishop becomes a tempo gain for black. He can either attack with the pawn or with the knight and try to gain one move here. This bishop is hanging, so you have to save this. Bishop comes back to d3, pawn f4, and bishop d2, knight to b6, queen to e2, pawn to c6, castles. This is a nice move, castles. I like it because now you can try to launch your attack on the king side. Uh, yes, Sumit Barwa, you can get a notifications. Also, there's a WhatsApp group. I'll paste the link in the on my team page. You can join from there for direct water notifications on in your WhatsApp messages. So pawn a5, pawn g3, pawn takes, and rook g1. This is a nice tempo, guys. Just trying to get the rook in the open file. So nice way to play on it. Let's see what happened then. G takes f2, queen takes f2, and bishop to f6, bishop at 6. Bishop at 6, I think, is not effective right now. Probably you should have tried to double up the rooks here and try to attack more on the g7 pawn. Rook f7, queen to e3, queen d5. Now this a2 pawn is hanging, so pawn a3, king moves, bishop backs to g5, queen takes f3. Queen takes f3 is a beautiful move because after bishop takes queen, bishop g5 check, you can capture this bishop back, but then white would be pieced down. So queen takes f3 was an excellent move. Very nice move by white here, sorry, black here, Ganesh, because this knight is hanging actually. You can see there is a discovered attack. So probably here, I'll just skip. So bishop at 6 was kind of forced. Probably you could have played knight g5 here. If g takes at 6, you can capture the rook on f7. So this rook f7 is compulsory, rook f8 is compulsory in that case, or even bishop g5. Bishop g5 is wrong. Knight e5, not the best. This is a difficult position for white right now. So knight g5, actually the problem with knight g5 is after rook f8, this bishop remains hanging on g7 h6 actually. That is the problem, guys. Uh, okay, so Sumit, I'll provide the link in the in on my team page. Okay, the Khelo Chess India team page. I will provide it today. Okay, so tournament link is also there in the description box. You can check that, Sumit. There it's there in the description box, the tournament link. And Naveen, if you're trying to paste any links, it doesn't work in the YouTube because YouTube blocks all the links. It removes all the links from the comment section. It will not allow you to paste any links in the comment section. Sumit, nothing to worry. I am there for you. I'll help you out. After the tournament is over, I'll help you out. Just 5 minutes. If you can wait for 5 minutes, I will explain you, Sumit, again. Uh, okay, so bishop g5, then we have queen takes f3, queen takes f3, and bishop takes g5 check. The king is under attack. Rook can capture the queen, and that's where white went piece down, and that's the loss for white. Actually, here white resigned, and the game was over. So Ronit, good play from you. Just couple of things that I think this. Let's go back. Yeah, here knight g3 should be played. You can research, you can check the books, you can check, you can use the leeches and sorry guys, let me have a sip of water. I'm running out of voice. Okay. Knight g3 can be played here, Ronit. Knight g3 is another good option, which will save at least one move of yours and it will not allow black to gain a tempo on your hanging pieces. Okay, so that's the first improvement. Check more options over here. Let's go back to the battle, guys, and I'll just check if I have missed anyone's game. So guys, just let me know if I have missed anyone's game here. 146 players, a good participation today. Anonymous, we have checked your game. uh okay, so please analyze my game. Mercy Soul, we have done. No, I cannot see any more requests. Arthur Gupta, I have done your analysis. Aryan, I have done your analysis. Aryan, okay, Aryan again. Mercy Soul, we have done your analysis. Okay, please. Okay, all the best to you. Okay. Mercy Soul, we are done. Okay, I think we are done with most of the requests. Let me check in the comment section if someone has messaged and if I have missed anyone. Naveen, I can remember that you had messaged me to check your game. We have done that with the backsword ID. Sumitra Sinha, that is Sohardya, we have checked your game. Uh, okay, Ronit, we have checked your game. Aniket, we have checked. So I think 8 games today. 8 games. We have 7 games today. We have analyzed, and it's perfect time to answer all your questions, guys. If you have any queries, put in the comment section. I am going to answer all of them. And Sumit, I'm coming to your question now. So, how to join any team? First of all, let me show you my uh, channel wherein you will get all the videos. Just give me a minute, guys. Okay, I'm just trying to bring up something for you. So, Sumit, if you visit my channel, that is my videos library, just 3 minutes, last 3 minutes, there are no requests. Hence, I'm showing you this, guys. I'm just trying to show you my YouTube studio and sorry, my channel, not the studio. Just a minute, guys. So. guys, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. It gives me a lot of motivation to see new subscribers every day, so please subscribe, guys. And yes, so this is what I wanted to show you, Sumit. First of all, you can go to my channel. This is my channel, Khelo Chess India. Here you can click on videos, and on the videos, I think you should get this, this. Where is that video? This is the free database software, guys. If you want to learn how to use free database software, you can always check this video. This is a chess novel. This is a beautiful chess novel that is released in India by an Indian author, a chess story. You can check this video. And okay. Where is that video? Okay, okay, Sumit, can you see this video? This join and play leeches tournament. Okay, this is for all the beginners who don't know how to use leeches, how to join the tournament. This is the leeches team championship video. This is the one that you should definitely check. This will teach you how to create your own team. You can submit the team to me. I will add your team in this team battle, or you can join any of the teams. So this is the video that you should check. There is also another video, this one, create leeches team from mobile app. You can create your teams right from your mobile. You can join any team right from your mobile. So you can check this video for that. These are the two videos which should help you, Sumit. I will also show you again now directly. If you don't want to watch the videos, how can you join my team? Okay. First of all, you have to log into leeches, go to the community section, click on the teams. Then you have to click on all teams. After you click on all teams, in the search box, just type Khelo Chess India and press enter. You can see the team name here. Click on the team name, and here you will get the join option. Okay, once you join, you will be the part of our team, and you will get the notifications every day. Okay, and there is also WhatsApp group. I'll put in this comment section the WhatsApp group link which you can join. Just give me a minute, guys. Okay, so here you go, guys. Those who have not joined the WhatsApp group, they can join from here. This is a WhatsApp group I have pinged in the comment section over here so that you can get the notifications every day. I'll also send in this. So probably, yep, that's the final ranking for today, guys. Kilo Chess India, what happened today? Okay, not a good performance today, just 96 points. But yeah, Chennai Chess Club rocking up today, 132 points, not so far behind Prayagraj Future GMs on 131, Gujarat Lions on 121, BCC on 117, Beginners Kingdom on 107, Team Future on 101, Chess Blasters on 100 points, Khelo Chess India on 96, and Abhi Chess Club on 53. Okay, guys, I think that's the final ranking of the tournament. I'll just check who are in top five. So Bobby Fischer SRB is the first one from Team Future. Ron Chess 26, Sonia Atharva 24, and we have Manish Kapoor on 24, Speed Like on 23, Gulbari on 22, Efren Metz on 22, and then we have Mackenstein 21, Shadow SRGP on 21, and Pyrozirin on 21. So congrats to the top 10 players. Very nice play, and also top three teams, which I always like to say as winning teams, top three teams. Congrats to you too. And thanks for playing, guys. Thanks for being the part of this very nice tournament. It's a daily tournament, guys. You can participate daily. Start creating your teams, guys. Get your friends together. At least 8 members should be there in a team. Gather your friends, make new friends on leeches, create your team, and play in the team battle. Let me quickly check if there are any more questions so that I can answer them. Okay. Uh, okay. So Sumit, I think you have got the idea, right? How to join. And okay, there are some comments and some problems with some other guys, but I think that was a great tournament today. I enjoyed a lot. I also enjoyed a lot of your games, guys. And tomorrow again, I'll try to do the online streaming unless I get some meeting or something in the late night or some work in the late night. Even only in that case, I might not be able to stream, but I'll try to come online. It's always fun to have conversation with all you guys to analyze your games and to have a good time on leeches over here on YouTube as well. So that's all for guys from my end. I think if there are no more questions, I can close the day for today. And what I'll do is, Sumit, if you are still not able to join, I'll just put the link in the description box of this video after this video is stopped, so that you can check this description and you can join the WhatsApp group. So that's all, guys, from my side. Naveen Chess is asking, will you do the next day? Yes, Naveen, I'll try definitely, unless I get a meeting. I am getting meetings, late night meetings, last few days because of some extra work that is coming to us, and it's very stressful currently. So I'll try to do the online streaming if there are no meetings or there is no priority work. Yes, Naveen, I'll try to do it only for you guys. Okay, and I think that's it for today, guys. So until we meet in the next video, take care, guys, because it's a very difficult situation out there. Take care, learn chess, and also try, if you want, I have started online coaching as well on the weekend. So if you want to get learn something from me, just let me know in the comment section after this video is done. And you can also WhatsApp me on 8087 682804 if you are interested in getting online coaching from me. We can discuss over there on that WhatsApp number.